Oi oi everyone, and welcome to Geek Raider, a channel dedicated to pointy boobs and Shrek's testicles. For a bit of fun, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at some of the worst levels of Tomb Raider. To keep it fair, I'm going to select one level from each of the classic games, from 1 through to Angel of Darkness. But be warned, these are some of the stinkiest, fartiest levels to have ever made it into the series. And you might be thinking, why only up to Angel of Darkness? What about the reboot trilogies? And well, my answer to you is this.
No! No!
Obviously, this list is to be taken lightheartedly, so please don't get offended if one of your favourite levels happens to make it onto this list, and please don't get offended by the fact that I'm not including levels from the Crystal Dynamics era. And if you do happen to get offended, well, tough titties.
Because, it's our show and not yours.
So without further ado, here's my list of the worst classic Tomb Raider levels. Kicking off this list for Tomb Raider 1, we have The Lost Valley. I'm just kidding, we don't have The Lost Valley. We have The Cistern. Now, when it comes to the cyst, I only have one thing to say. Now, I know this level has a bit of a cult following, but for me, the Cistern just kind of makes me want to eat cigarettes. When it comes to Tomb Raider levels, I tend to prefer the ones with more fast-paced action and bright, vibrant colours, and I feel the Cistern kind of lacks in that department. I mean, you spend most of the time swimming around crocodile poo and slimy green slimy slime. There's definitely some fun moments like shooting the bullet sponge that is Pierre Dopin, and of course, there's that great sense of achievement once you've found all 3 keys to get through to the next section, but getting to that point can take a long time, particularly if you miss one of the many hidden areas tucked away in this level. And there's a lot of those. Now, if this next level had a smell, it would be one of those greasy kebab farts you do after a night out. Because for Tomb Raider 2's worst level, we have the Dick. Sorry, the Duck. No, the Deck. The Deck is another one of those huge, complicated levels that the earlier Tomb Raiders loved to throw in every now and then. You start off on the main deck of the Maria Doria, which is somehow the right way up.
What the fuck?
And your mission is to obtain the Seraph before
Marco
gets his filthy, poopy sausage fingers on it. To do this, you have to climb down into a giant cave below in order to find a key which you can then use to reach a giant, and I mean giant, underground lake. There you'll find even more keys which eventually lead you to the Seraph. It's simple on paper, but navigating your way around this map feels so hard. It has me making sounds like I'm pushing out a giant constipated poo while simultaneously trying to recite the lyrics to Lady Gaga's Poker Face. Please, will this level end? Playing the Deck is more like performing a chore. What I will say though is that despite its many flaws, get it? Flaws, and it has lots of flaws. No? Okay. That despite its many flaws, it's not as bad as some of the later levels on this list, and it does have some fun moments like finding a secret tunnel into the pool to collect the golden secret. Although, what the f*** was that scuba diving doing in there? I'll never know. Perhaps he was leaving some lovely nice floaters for Lara to gobble up. Then, for Tomb Raider 3, we have RX Cock Mines. Playing this level is like giving birth to a cactus, only to then bathe in a pool of lemon juice, all while sipping a big great glass of sweet corn-infested poo. Okay, that's a bit dramatic, but RX Tech Mines does have its frustrating moments. In this level, Lara is pursuing Dr. Willard, a member of the RX Tech team who has suddenly had a change of heart and decides that he's going to be the one to accelerate evolution. In other words, he's a Natla wannabe, only instead of rocking a sleek blonde bob, his hair looks like pointy poo! Throughout the level, you are greeted by giant slug mutants and dudes with flamethrowers. This is a pretty common occurrence in this level, and is actually pretty cool, but what bugs me the most about this level are 2 words. Mine carts! These were a nightmare to control back in the day, and while 20 years later, I finally managed to get to grips with navigating the damn things, this used to drive me crazy and caused me a lot of childhood pain, so for that reason, I'm putting RX Tech Mines as the worst level of Tomb Raider 3. And for last revelation, we have Citadel Gay. Now don't get me wrong, Citadel Gay is not the worst level on this list. You start off in a cool, creepy cutscene with a soldier who looks like he's spent the night with Mike Tyson, only to then run around a few corners and get attacked by a 100-foot-tall, double-ended dildo dragon! Not as exciting as it sounds though, as you spend most of the level shimmying along walls and trying to avoid those pesky flies. I mean, at least they're not poo flies, I guess. Unless they're coming from a big pile of hot dragon turd, which would explain why this level stinks! It's a cool concept, but the amount of backtracking combined with the sheer darkness of this level just doesn't make it as enjoyable for me as other levels in this game, and for that reason I rank it as the worst level in Tomb Raider Last Revelation. Moving on to Tomb Raider Chronicles now, we have Labyrinth from the Black Isle levels. Labyrinth is the 9th level of Chronicles, set in 1982, and is one of the creepiest levels in the series. In it, you encounter monsters, phantom skeletons, and who else but the Grim Reaper! The level starts off pretty fun as you make your way through what I can only describe as a haunted church, scouting for cocaine. Sorry, bone dust. Not cocaine, bone dust. It was bone dust. But for me, this is where the party ends. You see, once you make your way out of the church, you find yourself falling into a pool of Grim Reaper douche water, and then the rest of the level you spend locating a demon book and trying to find a way out of the labyrinth, which quite honestly seems to defy all logic and is as boring as a fart that makes no sound. And now, for the last of the Tomb Raider levels, we have Angel of Darkness, and quite probably my least favourite level of the entire series.
Bouchard's Hideout.
I don't even want to look at it.
Honestly, not much to say about this level other than... Lara is tasked with locating a man named Bouchard, who we find out is the leader of a local Paris mafia gang. This then leads Lara to a bunch of underground tunnels which eventually end up at his hideout. Although the level is short-lived, it's left a lasting impression on me, for all the wrong reasons. There's just not really much to see here other than a few grey bricks and poopy sewage pipes. Oh, and a man who looks like he's been freshly farted out of a steelworker's arse. Movement in this level is also greatly restricted. The jumps are irritating, and it's all just to collect some passports from a man who looks like the human incarnation of a giant smoked ham. Sorry, Bouchard, but it's a no from me. And just like that, this video comes to an end. I'd like to give a special thank you to everyone for joining me in this video as we explore the greatest video game franchise of all time. I'd absolutely love to know if you agree or disagree with me in the comments, so feel free to let me know, but no hate, because if you be mean, I'm gonna block your ass. Also, feel free to subscribe, or hey, don't. It's no skin off my testicles. But thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Peace!